Today we're going to be looking at how to write an equivalent fraction. And the key thing to remember whenever we're writing an equivalent fraction is that we have to make sure that we're multiplying or dividing both the denominator and the numerator by the same value in order to keep this fraction equivalent. So looking at the first one here, we have 1/3. And if I'm looking to rewrite this as an equivalent fraction, I could just go ahead and multiply both of these numbers by 2. So let's just do that real quickly here. So 3 times 2 gives us 6, and 1 times 2 gives us 2. So 2/6. And we know that 2/6 is equivalent to 1/3 because we've multiplied both the denominator and the numerator by the same value. But what if I were to go ahead and multiply 1/3 by a much greater value? What if I were to go ahead and multiply both of these numbers by 40? Would it still be an equivalent fraction? And the answer is yes, it would still be an equivalent fraction as long as we're multiplying both the denominator and the numerator by the same value. So 3 times 40 is going to give us 120, and 1 times 40 is going to give us 40. So 40 over 120 is equivalent to 1/3. And we know this because if we were to go ahead and divide by 40, we would go ahead and we would get the same answer that we started with, which is 1/3. 120 divided by 40 gives us 3, and 40 divided by 40 gives us 1. So we know that this is an equivalent fraction. So now let's go ahead and look at number 2 here. And as we can see here, we have 6 over 12. And 6 and 12 are both multiples of 6. So if I was looking to write an equivalent fraction for this, I could just go ahead and divide both of these numbers by 6. So let's go ahead and give that a try. So 12 divided by 6 is going to give me 2, and 6 divided by 6 is going to give me 1. So 6 over 12 is equivalent to 1/2. Another way that I could go ahead and write an equivalent fraction for this would be to go ahead and multiply 6 over 12. And let's just go ahead and multiply both of these by 5. So 12 times 5 is going to give me 60, and 6 times 5 is going to give me 30. And because we've gone ahead and multiplied both the denominator and the numerator by the same value, we know that 30 over 60 is equivalent to 6 over 12. But it's also equivalent to 1/2. If we were to go ahead and divide both of these by 30, we would get the answer of 1 over 2. So 60 divided by 30 gives us 2, and 30 divided by 30 gives us 1. So as we can see here, whenever we're writing an equivalent fraction, it doesn't really matter if we're dividing or multiplying here, because as long as we're multiplying and dividing by the same value for both the denominator and the numerator, we're going to be writing an equivalent fraction. So I hope this video has helped you to understand how to write an equivalent fraction. Thanks again for watching, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below. As always, enjoy today's math lesson.